to be participating in a challenge hosted by Sonia of Domestic Diva DIY. She challenged us to find an inspiration from Pinterest and to make it. So mine may not be exactly like it, but I was inspired by it. And I hope you go check out Sonia's channel. It's very good. She has a lot of talent, and she does a lot of challenges and collaborations, and I really appreciate her for that. Sonia's channel will be listed in the description box down below, as well as the playlist. There's a lot of talent that's going to be on that playlist. So if you like content like this, please hit that subscribe button down below. Give me a thumbs up. It helps my channel to grow. Comment if you like it, tell me. If you don't like it, tell me. And it doesn't cost you a thing to do that. So without further ado, let's get started. This is what I found on Pinterest to inspire me. So I found this witch's hat wreath form at Dollar Tree, and I just cut off that top bar and bent it down to try to make them more of a shape of a scarecrow hat. I took a pair of my old blue jeans that were worn out and just laid them across and cut around it. And then I just hot glued that part of the jeans onto the wreath form. I situated the pocket to where I wanted it and just trimmed around the edges to have it closer to where I didn't have too much excess of material. After cutting around the wreath form, I just glued it down using hot glue. The top edge was the trickiest part, but I just kept working with it. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite you to my other channel, Susan's Southern Cooking. It's listed in the description box down below. If you like good food, I think you'll like this. And I'm still trimming around the edges and trying to make everything fit. I thought this was a good use of old jeans. You could use any old shirt or anything that you'd want to use to cover the wreath form. In fact, I think a drop cloth or something like that would be cute and farmhousey. And now I'm going to use a scrap piece of the jeans to just glue on the back to give it a little bit more of a finished look. Now I'm trying to decide what I'm going to use on the bottom. I got this mesh from Dollar Tree, and I have lots of little bits and pieces of ribbon and lace, which I didn't get the lace out right then, but I went back later and got the lace and more ribbon, and just used up a lot of what I had in my stash that I thought looked nice. The one thing on my blue jeans I would have done differently is I wished I'd put my pocket in the other direction. You know, so I could stick stuff in the pocket, but I still think it turned out cute. Well, I got my mesh open. I just cut off little squares, decided, how thick I wanted it or how wide, and just decided which way I wanted to roll it up. But I like the smooth edges on the outside. And I just, like I said, cut off a little square and a bunch of little squares and just roll them up in little tubes. And what I did is I took one of the mesh strips, I rolled it up in the little tube, I took a strip of ribbon that is about as long as the tube is wide, and just layered it. I just put it in between my fingers, and I did a layer of mesh, ribbon, mesh, ribbon, mesh. So I used 3 meshes and 2 ribbons, although some of the ribbons on the smaller ones I may have used like more than one. Like the little skinny ones, I used 2 skinny ones, or a piece of ribbon with lace. And I just take a chenille stem and I cut it in 3/4, just long enough to get it onto the mesh and onto the wreath form, and I just twisted it on, and then I fluffed it out. I found it was easier just to cut out a stack of the different color ribbons that I was using, and a stack of the mesh, a stack of the different ribbons, and it was just easier to see what I had as I was going along. Here I found more burlap ribbon, and I found some lace, and I just think it added a lot to the wreath. And I just keep adding more bits and pieces of ribbon that I've had in previous projects and what I've had in my stash. I found all kinds of bits and pieces. And then I added flowers to the top. And I did not add a bow because I think with all of the mesh and everything that it was fine without it. And here's the finished product. I think it turned out so cute, and I really love it. I think it does give that fall festive feel. Say that 3 times. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Let me know, and I appreciate it. So until next time, bye.